A very good morning, children. Hope you all are keeping well. So, before continuing the first part of your second chapter, let's recall in very short what we learned in the last class. We learned about a teenager, Evelyn Glennie, okay, who was an extraordinary person, a girl of teenage, okay, who had the dreams to be a great musician and to achieve the dream. Okay, how she started her journey. First of all, she was a deaf girl, not from the birth, but she came to know it later because it was the gradual deafness she faced. She was a Scottish girl from the countryside and she moved to London, a very fast moving place. And there she wanted to achieve her dream. She was a challenger. Her parents even came to know about it and they were asked to take the admission in another school, and she has to leave the school where she was studying as a normal child. But Evelyn didn't give up and she wanted to learn many instruments, not only one. Okay, but most of the teachers, when they started discouraging her, one percussionist named Ron Forbes played a very important, a vital role in her life when he realized the talent and potential of this girl. Then he tuned two different drums with different notes and asked her not to hear but just to feel and sense the music. And really she did it, and that had changed her life. Now she says that all her body parts, the response to the musics and the vibrations when she plays the instruments. And from then onwards she never looked back, and she started achieving many awards working with the orchestral group, okay, with the group of the musicians. And after that we came to know about her qualities. She believes in hard work, to be determined, and we should have the aim to achieve it. And accordingly she worked, and then she became the multi-percussionist, means she was able to play more than thousands of instruments and had the mastery over it. So till here we read in the last class. Now let me continue from paragraph 6th. So look in your book, children. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble, she laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. So in this para we come to know, children, that really whatever she used to play, though she was not able to hear, but it seems that she had complete hold over that instrument, and very effortlessly, very smoothly she used to play the instruments, okay, which fascinates everyone, the audience, whoever watches Evelyn playing their instruments. Intriguing word means fascinating and curious. And when she gives an interview, when she was having discussion with a person, she never missed a word even. She said that men with bushy beards give me trouble, and she laughs. Why she says this? She says because the men who are having the beards, okay, grown over there, so she couldn't read the lips of the person, okay, and because of that, when she can't see the lips movements, she faces trouble just to find out that what a person wants to speak. We know that she was deaf, so just a little bit humorously she says this. And it is not just one, according to her, by simply watching the lips she can't understand everything, but the whole face matters, and especially she wants to listen or to grasp the thing, especially from the eyes. Okay, so from the eyes she was able to just get everything what the person in front of her wants to say. She speaks flawlessly. Flawlessly means without any fault or mistake. With a Scottish lilt means her accent, Scottish accent, that is the way of speaking. The hold over that Scottish language was also superb. She never makes a mistake while speaking. And she even further says that why her speech is so clear, because she was able to hear. She learned the Scottish language till she was at the age of 11. She could listen it and grasp everything and learned that very well. But that doesn't explain. But here we can't say that how even she managed to learn French language as well as the basic Japanese. Okay. In the next para, children, as for music, she explains, it pours into through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So, further, she explains that as when she talks about the music, she says that her every part of the body responds to the music, to the sound, okay, and the vibrations when she starts playing the instruments. So every part of the body, it responds to that. It tingles. She says that it tingles means causes a slight pricking. Something is pricking over there. Okay, pricking. How to prick, children? When you see that a needle, when you use a needle on the skin, that pricks you. Okay, so likewise means just a immediate sensation. So likewise only her skin, even her cheekbones and the hair even responds to the music when she starts playing. And when she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertip. So how it comes xylophone when she starts playing? We studied about this xylophone in the beginning of the chapter. How is this instrument? So she can sense the sound from where? Passing up from the stick into her fingertips. Okay, and by leaning against means by bending down upon the drum when she plays the drums, and when she bends down on them, she can feel the resonances. Resonances means the echoes of the sounds. Okay, it echoes, so it flows into her body. She feels that echoing sound, it starts flowing into her body and she can feel that. And on the wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. Usually she used to perform on the wooden platform on the stages made up of wood, and there she uses to remove the shoes. For what purpose? So that she can feel the vibrations through her bare feet without the shoes and coming up towards the other parts of the body. She can feel that, okay, coming towards the leg through the feet, and in that way she can sense the music. Next para. Not surprisingly, Eveline delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Says Master Percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, there is nothing to surprise here, that how Eveline, she delights her audiences, how she have the hold over the audience, the crowd, the people. When they listen to her playing the instruments, they feel so happy, they feel pleasure listening to it. And in the year 1991, she was even presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's most prestigious award for the Soloist of the Year award. Okay, being a solo performer, she received this award. And master percussionist James Blades, he comments that though God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary, that we already came to know that really she was an extraordinary personality. What we hear, she feels. Why? What is extraordinary? What we people, normal people, we hear, she can only feel that, and that too more deeper than what we feel. And that is why she expresses music so beautifully. Music is a feeling. When we feel, then only we enjoy. So that is why we express our feelings, okay, through many ways, and music is one of the way. So in that way she expresses it more beautifully, okay, in a more enhanced way she expresses that. Next para. Eveline confesses that she is something of a workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians. But the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Eveline also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So here, this para deals with how an inspirational, how an ideal figure Eveline Glennie is for all other physically disabled children and people. So Eveline, she here confesses, she accepts that she is workaholic. Workaholic means, children, a person who can't resist doing work, means continuously they want to get indulged in working, they can't leave working. So she is one of the type, that workaholic, okay. So she can't stop doing her work, and she says that she has got to work, she has to work really more harder than other classical musicians because she was deaf. But she says the rewards which she is getting, okay, the rewards in the way of appreciation, praises from the people, and all these things which she is, awards and everything she is achieving, they are really quite enormous, means very big. And apart from the regular concerts, as we came to know, she was busy in her very tight schedule of going for concerts and all, okay. And she not only holds the concerts, regular concerts, but she is even doing the charity. In what way? She gives the free concerts in prisons and hospitals, okay. So in that way she also helps the people in hospitals and prisons. She also gives high priority to the classes for young musicians, and she even arranges the classes to teach them, the young musicians who wants to learn. She also gives priority to them, preference to them. Anne Richlin, one lady of this Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children, she says that she is a shining inspiration. She means who? Eveline. She is really a shining star, an inspirational figure for all other deaf children, okay. And they also think, seeing that girl, that if she can do everything, she can achieve her aim, she can make her dream true, then why can't they? Okay, so she has become an inspirational and ideal figure for all other physically disabled children as well as the people. Next para. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So, coming to the end of this lesson, part 1, what we came to know, Evelyn Glennie, okay, she had already achieved more than what the people of her age achieves, okay, the normal people. But though being a deaf person, she has achieved twice than that of what the other children or teenagers of her age achieves. And not only that, she has brought the percussion, okay, the music to the front of the orchestra, and she has demonstrated that it can be very moving. Means the music is such a thing, a feeling which can really bring the people together and to move and to enjoy it. Okay, she has given inspiration even to those who are handicapped, as we came to know, and everyone, whoever looks at her, they think that and they get the courage from her that if she can do, a girl, a challenger, if she can accept the challenges, okay, then why can't they? So she has played an ideal role over here for everyone who just looks her, and not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. The people watching her, enormous means very huge, very big. So she has made the millions of the people happy. She has brought smile on the face of people who get disappointed when they face little problem or obstacles in the life. But being an inspirational figure, she has brought smile and happiness on the faces of many people. So here we come to the end of the part 1, Evelyn Glennie, and really we get a very great message over here. A message is conveyed that being a normal person, we should never lose hope, and if any time we come over any of the obstacles, any type of situations in life, we should try our level best to overcome that and try to achieve our dreams in the life. We should have one aim, and to achieve that aim, we have to be so much determined and we have to work very hard. Then only we can be a successful person in life. Hope so, children, you understood it. Try to recall it. Till the next class, goodbye and have a nice day.